Hey, it's me again. You may be wondering why I have a bird on my head. Um, well, I got a new pet. His name's Citrus, or Citro for short. But today we're going to be talking about the budgie, or better known as the parakeet. Um, these birds are exotic, and they're not native to the U.S. or any region except for, I think it's around the, Australia region or something like that. But these guys are very pretty, as you can see. Can't really see the full color because of the lighting, but he's very bright and colorful, and he's active and he's fun to play with. Um, they will mimic human speech, but not nearly as much as if they're by themselves. If they're with other parakeets or whatnot, then they may not speak human, because just for the fact that it's easier for them to mimic their own kind than it is to speak human. So if you really want one to speak human, you want to have it by itself, or maybe with one other one. But I got this from a friend, and it hasn't spoken human yet, but she had another one with it that looked kind of like this, and they didn't talk, just for the fact that they would just copy each other's speech and stuff. But yeah, these guys are great pets. Okay, now I'll talk about the positives. They are pretty cheap. They are about $10 to $20 just for the bird themselves. And for a cage, it's generally about 30 to 45, around there. But I think that one was pretty cheap. I'd say that one was about $20 or so. But with all the stuff and the bird combined, you're probably going to spend about $75. And then every month or so, you may spend $5 on a box of food. So in their whole lifetime, you're not going to spend any more than a few hundred, and that's just on food. These guys will live from 10 to 20 years. I think that's what I heard. So they live pretty long, but these guys are fragile. They're small, which is one bad thing, but that's okay. So you can't really have young kids around them, especially ones that don't have very good motor skills, because if they just clutch this bird in their hands, they may choke it to death in seconds. Their smell is very fragile. If they sniff like gasoline, like if you turn it on a stove or something and the gas runs too long before it lights, they may actually fall off your shoulder dead. So I would suggest not having them in the kitchen while you're cooking, or around gases and stuff, because these guys are fragile. And as you just heard, their little chirp is very nice and pretty. And these guys, I don't think I told you, but they range from just about any color in the rainbow except for, I think, red. This one's a male, and you can tell by the blue on their nose, where their nostrils. If it's blue, it's a guy. If it's like a pink orange, it's a girl. But yeah, these guys are really good to have as pets. Sorry, he's trying to get on my leg. And as I said, they're exotic. They're not native to the U.S. or any region except for, I think, around Australia. So if these guys get out of the cage and somehow get out of the house, you might not get them back, and they most likely won't last very long because they're very easily spotted by predators, and they just wouldn't last long in any environment except for their native environment. So I would suggest getting their wings clipped. Like I clipped this one's wings. As you can see, there's not like a little extension coming out that goes about right there in the middle of the screen. There's one that usually, hold on, put them up here. And it usually comes out about right there or so. And I clipped them. I will most likely show a future video in a couple months when its wings grow back. I will show a video on how to clip them. But these guys are really nice to have, and I want to show you some of the things that you will need when you buy them. When you buy them, you will need food, of course, and you will need a food dispenser or something like that. You will need a main source of food and most likely a secondary source. I don't have any food in there right now, but yeah, and you need water. I would suggest a bottle like this, because if you have a bowl that you put in here, it can get contaminated real quick, and you have to change it a lot. So it's a lot better to do this, and you just have to change it every now and then. But you will need a cuttle bone. It keeps their beak nice and sharp. I forgot how much those cost, but those aren't that expensive. And you will need a toy such as a mirror. If you want them like active and chirping and stuff, they'll chirp at their own reflection and all that. So I like having a mirror. And you might want to have a toy or two and a couple perches. I have two main stand perches. There's a ladder back there. There's a stand here. There's one up there. These guys like to fly, so I would suggest maybe a cage no smaller than this, because they like to flap their wings and stuff, and so they can get stronger. But that's about what you would need for a bird cage. And at night you want to cover them up. I'm not really sure why. I kind of forgot why. I used to have a bird before this one, and it died or something from choking on a piece of plastic. But anyway, you're gonna want to put a blanket over them at night. Like I said, I forgot. But like I said, these guys are really good pets to have. They're playful, they're exciting, they're adventurous, and they're pretty to look at. Say bye-bye. Can't really talk right now, but well, I'll talk to you later, and this is Pain and Plenty saying goodbye.